the seats are vacant now when there is a AI talk. So that's what might happen. So AI will not replace the doctors. You know who is going to replace the doctors? The doctors themselves will replace the doctors. The doctors who assimilate and know AI, they will replace the doctors who don't. Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Tushar. Can you please, if you don't mind, if somebody has got some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Then, answer. It was a very informative talk, really an eye-opener for us. Any questions from the audience? Yes, Rahul.
Yeah, Dr. Tushar, thank you so much for such a lovely lecture. See, one of the biggest
Rahul, can you just introduce yourself before?
I am Surgeon Commander Rahul Naga. I am ENT and anterior skull-based surgeon from Command Hospital, Bangalore. So one of the major criticism for AI is that we do not have a very clear understanding that how these algorithms work. So till the time they're working fine, the results are okay. It's generally shoved under the carpet, but there is a possibility that it may give wrong results also. So till the time we don't know exactly how the algorithm is working, how can we trust it?
Yes, yeah. Thank you. That's a very good question. So here comes the explainable AI. That's what going on from last 5 years. So let's take us example of laryngeal cancer. The lesion that you see looks like for common man, it's a lesion. He will see something. It's either a ulcer, it's either a kind of cancer, but doctor will know whether it's a cancer or just a ulcer because of his experience. Now you train the AI model for huge data and it is telling a cancer. So now your question is, shall you trust it or not? So the explainable AI will give you the answer that image belongs to a cancer, let's say for example. But apart from that, it will also give you answer why that AI model thinks so. It thinks so because there are certain capillaries which are getting curved towards the lesion. So these capillaries are supplying a lot of resources, a lot of blood to that lesion. That means something is growing there. And that's what it's a cancer. So that kind of explanation you will receive. And if that explanation is not satisfactory, or if it's not suffice to you, you can reject that. It's not necessary to use the AI blindfolded. So that's why I mentioned. So doctors in the loop are very essential. You can't. So now you see the pilots, the flights that you see, almost everything is automated. But still, we need the pilot, not one, two for the passenger airlines, right? So in similar way, we need the doctors in the loop always. Yeah. Hope I answered that question.
Colonel Praful.
So it was a really nice presentation, very detailed and very great. So I'm Dr. Gaurav Chamani. I'm an assistant professor in ENT at SMCW, Symbiosis Medical College. So I've got a two-part question. So first part is drawing the inference. So like we see a lot of cancer cases of larynx, let's say. Now, question is when it's an early stage, a T1, T2 lesion, when the lesion is less than a centimeter, and it can be confused with a polyp, it can be confused with a granuloma. But we have got other tools to draw inference. So in case like right now you just did one thing, that is imaging, but we can take the patient or OT, we can see the mobility of the cords, we have got imaging, and we can also take a biopsy and do this. So right now we are just using one aspect, but is it possible to get multiple aspects of it to come to a diagnosis? And I'll just build on that. For my second question is the medical legal issue regarding this. So a misdiagnosis by an AI, I mean, it can, so if a cancer is, if it's just a polyp and we operate on that polyp, well and good. But if that comes out to be a cancer and it's missed by the AI, then who is on the dock? Because I mean, lawyers have been thrown out of court because for using ChatGPT to prepare their briefs. So what about that for the medical field? Thank you.
Okay. So first question is about using multiple inputs to infer something. So that's usually we as a human do. We use our all five sensors, and also many experienced practitioners or veterans, why we always obey or respect veterans? Because through the experiences, they have created sixth sense. That is kind of even better inference model they have created within themselves. So now here, if AI is working on only images, it's only taking input from that sensor, like images. Like you mentioned, if you can input variety of, let's say, normal image, like endoscopic image versus as well as histopathological image, as well as some other voice data from a person's speech for laryngeal cancer analysis. So that's a multimodal analysis. And there you can get much more robust and trustworthy results from AI than just single modality. So multimodal research is also rapidly progressing in AI. And your second question is about like how, like who will be the at stake, like if there is a misclassification. So in healthcare, when we have to train the system, we always have to make sure that once the trained system is given back to the doctor or the end user, it is trained so that most important thing we are not going to miss, for example, a cancer. So that false positive is extremely kind of reduced. So in that way, we have to kind of train or adjust the system parameters to that end. And it's going in the same direction as if autonomous driving is making a accident. Who is at the stake? The driver, the company who made. Same thing for AI in healthcare. If the diagnosis where the cancer is missed, who will be at the stake? So it's the same legal aspect that the laws and that will take care of. Yeah.
I think most of the question are arising from the stem that how to translate AI to clinical practice. And that will be very well explained by Brigadier Rakesh Datta in the last lecture of this session, who has got a lot of